Satnam, hello everybody.
Satnam.
Hello Fateh, hello Sarbat.
Hello.
So we are together today to discuss about 2023. So let's see what comes.
So 2237, that's already a big message.
That's a big message, yes.
I was feeling the effect of the aura submerging me, because this is what I have the impression in these days, that just something is coming. I was very happy and excited before the solstice, and after the solstice, everything started getting really like trembling around me, like a earthquake. So I wondered if the aura just scattered in all pieces and I have to use this here to put it back again. Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to me is a little similar. It was a lot of pressure since the solstice. And I connected that also with I got this astrology review of 2023, and they were saying that the Saturn is changing signs. So that might be one of the reasons that somehow our sense of reference and our sense of structure is completely changing. The mind space is completely different. So according to the the Western astrology, or the Eastern one, is not the same sign. And it's not moving in the same time, because in the Eastern one, it's moving from Capricorn to Aquarius in January, and in the Western one, it's moving from Aquarius to Pisces, I guess, which is anyway a big difference. So this is the first resonance I got when I looked at this forecast, because we worked a lot with the Saturn energy in the last, I would say, 3 years in the school, with the Ganesha process and everything. And it gave us a really completely different understanding and way, that we share the teachings. And it got with also with the timing, with the allegation, and really re-owning somehow the teaching. And it's like the time when you used to say you fake it and you will make it is somehow gone. And so there was a lot of internal process, and it looks like this year to me is like somehow we will be seen for what the inner process brought, like the fruits will be seen, and it's like we cannot hide anymore. So there's not only an inner process, it's also how this inner process we manifest it outside, how we show it, and the shape, the form, and the structure it takes, and how this structure will maintain itself through time. That's really the big question for me. Is like where we come from is gone, and where we bring our children, because we need structure to manifest. And for me, this is really the question happening for 2023. And this number 7 you were talking about, this big message that the number 7 is the aura, and it has a lot to do with structure. And also it's made there's 2 3 and the 2 2, and there is 1 3. So there is this idea also of this balance between really focusing on the needs, recognizing the needs, recognizing where I deny the needs, and sharing it, and find way to nurture those needs, and be self-sufficient in this way, and which structure will help nourish my needs and my deep wishes. That's really the question for me for 2023.
Yeah, I can resonate with that, because it's already started after the solstice. For me, it's like there is no temporary structure, that before I could feel that, yes, this is the transitional structure and we can somehow compromise a little bit and be still satisfied with something which is not completely aligned, because there is a need of time to really find the, I would say, yeah, the right shape, the right form. And this sometimes was also a way to hide some needs that we were not courageous enough to completely manifest, to question completely the structure. But have the impression in 2023, which is connected to the 7, is total transparency. So I have through the form a direct feedback of who I am, and also this kind of transitional part that I could somehow put on hold and say, yeah, it will be okay. And this is not so clear, but I'm satisfied with that. Have the impression that this year, no, I need to be completely transparent about what is there, even if it's confusion and even if it's not so clear. But the kind of strong alignment between my inner and the outer. That means what I project, I have to take the responsibility that it's completely who I am, and not half my truth and I will deal with it later. So there is also this question of time is now to accept what is reflected to me, or the mirror of outside, as my total inner reality, and with the contradiction and the conflict that goes with it, and own it.
And when I connect like visually, 2 to 2, it's heads for me, even if it was a here that moved a lot, but somehow I feel, oh, that was round. And then suddenly this 3, it's like if he brought, for me, it brings the eyes. Suddenly I start seeing everything, and I start connecting what I see to the form. I see the form that I create, because indirectly I'm not able to really completely consciously create based on my needs. So I create a form that will somehow strategically brings me there where my needs want, but still I have to digest the unconscious part. So it's very karmic. And this is where I see at the moment oh, wow, we are going to see all what we do wrong, but will we be able to stop doing what we do wrong? That brought me, if I really connect to it, also some anxiety, because I said, I see, but I'm not able to correct. So I still creating a structure that is not 100% tuned in with what I consciously want to manifest. So I guess this is the challenge. Yeah? And the way you mentioned, Fateh, the 2 and 2 plus the 3, yeah, for me was the 2 and 2, it was the 4, like the confusion when I'm not able to be clear, and the 3 that brings the eyes into that confusion. Yes. And the excitement, will I be, and also the anxiety, both together, will I be able to change it? Yes.
Yeah, another connection related to that for me was the relation with the sexual energy also, and how we use the sexual flow and also our sexual interaction to manifest. Because somehow this, anytime we make love, we create a very deep and powerful field, of a creative field. And it's whichever thought we have at this time, whatever we vibrate, we will manifest, because it's like our creative potential is amplified when we have this. And so part of it is the way you say we deny the needs, we also deny the power of our sexual energy. And for me, really clear, since the solstice is like, there is this huge power there, and the way I compromise is that I put it down, I repress it, so I feel comfortable in that. But it's like now this pressure, I cannot hold it anymore because it becomes painful. So it's also connected with, say, now I see it. It's like there is a new awareness of how I repress my sexual energy. When I say sexual energy, then it declines into it goes into desires, and it goes into a lot of feelings, emotions, of course. But it's also the force of identification, the force of creation. So I think it's also for me a deep subject is what do I repress? And when I repress is what I would like to create, but don't dare to go there because it will completely break my sense of identity. And so this is where I feel right now in the beginning of this year, because yeah, maybe for some people it's not clear. For us, the beginning of the year is the solstice, is the time when the sun comes back. So what we are going through in between the solstice and the new year is just the premises, like the seed of the year that we connect. So it's just to make clear for people maybe who are not very familiar with it. And it's a new sense of pressure that is, it's like the pressure I feel is actually the constriction of my aura. If I feel constricted, this is because I'm expanding. So it's like an egg. At some point, the little bird, he cracks the egg because he's expanding. So this pressure is not a bad thing. When I feel the pressure, that means this is my expansion trying to go through. So for me, there is this idea of expansion, contraction is a very deep theme since the solstice, and related to that, letting this base energy, this root energy, this sacral energy come up and
the word
express itself.
Freedom, and freedom
Yes.
is much connected to that, because you can feel the contraction and feel that you lack freedom, or you can feel the expansion in the contraction and say, wow, I am free to expand. So
yes,
it really depends what you look at.
Yes.
Where I was entangled.
Where you were not free.
Yeah, it's I feel the contraction, but if I take the responsibility of the contraction, is like you said, I have to really look at this new potential that want to rise. And because there is fear of change, or fear of not being able to control it, and fear of unknown, the tendency of the mind is to find the justification of this contraction outside, and to put the responsibility on others, and to use the mind to escape that and enter the self-justification and find reasons that are not reason at all. So you create conflict to use that energy that was available for a creative self. You use it to create a drama and maintain conflict in a situation which is known. And yeah, it's connect me back, to take the ownership of this contraction and really to use it as a pressure to go within, and to use that sexual energy, that new flow actually to go into my what I don't know actually, and what I cannot even anticipate. But what I observe is, it's easier to blame someone else for that and to stay into this comfort zone, even if it's not comfortable.
Yeah, there's this tendency for power struggle for me, very strong. It's exactly what you say. When I blame the other, and then I enter into a power struggle to justify that I have the right position, I have the right point of view, I am right. And then I lose my freedom, because this is the price to pay. Maybe I'll be the right one if I'm stronger, but I will not be happy out of it. So for me, there is really this idea here.
And what is interesting is, if I go into the power struggle and I'm able to observe for what I fight, I'm completely in the head, so this is okay. But the moment I connect to my heart, I feel such a sense of separation, because it's my own separation that I created, which is reflected in the struggle with that person, in the conflict in that relationship. So when I take it back, my God, it's so painful, because it's my own grave that I digged that suddenly is there. I'm like, oh, what do I do with that?
So guys, it's super. We have extreme useful conflict in our lives recently. What happens?
Yeah,
I don't know. Did we read that in a book? Or this is not our style, right? This is more...
Or the other way around, if I don't go into the manifestation of the conflict by finding a scapegoat, I will go into self-denial, self-judgment, and then I will say, okay, I am too heavy. I don't even want to be around people because I don't deserve. I'm not good enough. I mean, I have nothing useful to contribute, or these kind of things. So we will go into the victim mentality and start to get guilty. So that's the two sides of the same coin. Either I will fight and justify everything, or I will just put it back on myself. And both ways are just
go back in the egg.
Exactly.
Do the cracks and avoid the expansion. I go back.
And part of the solution energy of that is that when I go back to the egg, is the opportunity to recognize where I invested my prana and where I found my source of security. And until I recognize that, I cannot really go out of the egg. It will only be faking it or pretending I'm out where I'm actually still in. So I think it's the solution energy is to recognize and acknowledge, maybe with humility, because it's not easy, these kind of things, but to recognize that this security, I found it here. So when I was talking about sexual energy, why do we have sexual energy with partners? Because it's one way to own each other and to root ourselves into each other, and that's a source of security. And then, but the cost of it is that if you leave, or if you're not don't agree with me, or if your energy is not on the same line anymore, I will feel bad. So that's also this idea of sexual energy. If I identify with a place, if I identify with person because I invest my prana into them, then they will feel like something heavy to bring into the new areas of my life. But this is because I needed security there. So I invested my energy because this was the way I found my security. And we only need to recognize it. And the minute we recognize it, the energy is free again, and we can find security somewhere else, someplace else, and find another form that manifests a sense of security for us right now. So for me, it's really related to this sense of security.
But this is also why very often the sexual energy is used superficially to replace for the emotion that I don't want to see. There where I don't want to be hurt. So I use sex like to feel connected or to be seen without really investing in my emotions. So that's the other aspect of the sexual energy.
Yes.
We use it deeply, and we can use it to cover up. And I come back to the eyes. For me, this here is we will see that. We will see when we go back to the egg. We will see when we want to get out. We will see how we use sex. We will just see. And just seeing without being able to change is painful. So that's the experience of the 23. It will be really an experience of the physical body. We will make the experience because this is also the only way to be able to change it.
This is connected to the 5 also of this year, the last 2 digits. So it's I have nowhere to hide because I will experience it. So I cannot hide from my own experience. So I can use the mental space, like we say, to enter self-justification and whatever, to create distance with the physical body. But we cannot hide this year. We will be seen, but also we will perceive our experience with more transparency. And this 5 also is connected because we mentioned the needs and the self-denial. And it's connected also for me with the communication. Am I able to formulate needs that might appear as something that will change the status quo? And it's also the courage and take the responsibility to be okay with that, because any moment that the need is denied, it will be covered by a strategy to get it fulfilled in another way, but which will be through manipulation of the reality, and that people will feel it, that something is wrong, you know. And many times it's because we have a fear of that need that might change something in relationships or in my environment or in my even business or whatever. So am I able to communicate it and use this communication of that needs to create the change that needs to happen? Instead of the bad, it's connected also to the power struggle and all that, you know. I have to have hidden and mixed with unconscious patterns, strategies to get what I want, because I'm not able to just assume what is there and take the responsibility of it.
So now the plan. We have started making a plan, right? A plan to start 3 months.
Yes, that will be the topic of our meditative exploration for the beginning of the year. So we will do that in 12 chapters, and the book is 3 months, and that will cover what we have been talking about and even more than that. And it will be with Fateh on Thursday morning in French, and with us on Wednesday morning in English and German. And this we will give you more details in the specific language, en français avec Fateh, in Dutch,
in German, auf Deutsch mit uns, Sarbat and Satmukh.
Yes.
Yes, we will explore the 12 facets of the seventh spiritual body that we call the electromagnetic field, the aura. And that will be 12 windows to experience it, recognize it, go deeper into the sensitivity of it, learn how we can use it as a guidance system, and how we can use it on the positive side to clarify our life. And so yes, I'm very excited about it. So we'll be sharing different kriyas and meditation, and will be the same practice on Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah. Maybe some of the talks and the angles will change, of course, a little bit according to the time and space and the people teaching, but it will be the same line of exploration. So it will be also a possibility for you to join on the Wednesday and the Thursday to go into a deeper process, if you like.
And to continue this practice for the whole week until the next Wednesday or the next Thursday. And we will start 11 and 12 January, and we will go on to end of March, which will go until the equinox, which is a change also in the energy, moving towards spring. So it's really a preparation also for the Ekonkar, you know, for the manifestation of our truth, instead of being caught by our subconscious strategies and lose clarity and so on. It's a very good preparation for the year.
Yeah, we will use the movement of the sun that is rising in the days that are getting longer And we will frame that with also the rising force within the body, and we work with the elements and the chakras to address every part of the aura until we can, at the equinox, reach really the most subtle part of it.
Mm. Great. Thank you,
Very
Fateh.
nice.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sarbat.
Thank you
Thank
both.
you very much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Let it tremble until the 31st, and then it's over. Then we find the solutions, right?
Satnam.
Satnam.